Trying to get my gloves on. Here we are on Bradshaw Brook on a snowy day, the top end of Bradshaw fly fishers beat. River's not very high, higher than summer, but not that much. Right, I'll get them an ugly sewer pipe. It is possible to get down and fish this stretch with difficulty. Have to wade across the other side and walk up that wall possibly. Today is Wednesday, the 28th of February, 2018. Another 15 days from now we'll be able to start trout fishing again. The snow's been around all week. Melted a lot of it yesterday, but it's coming again now. You can see our private fishing signs. Not long ago this rock had water running both sides of it. But we haven't had rain for over a week now. Instead we've had some snow, as you can see. The river's running quite clear, which I'm hoping it will continue to do through the summer. I've just been up to Jumbo's and seen the flow from the pipe. Feeds the brook. It was coming out quite violently. Just hope carries on doing that. This is these strange things floating there, little roundels of ice. This is a sewage pipe under all that. In the summer the water normally just comes over the middle bit and the two bits at the sides usually dry. Quite a good pool. Gets fish above there. There are not as many down below. It surprises me somewhat. This stretch is usually got plenty of trout in it. So the stretch above, this little bit here, before the sewer was covered with concrete, used to be quite a good bit, though I don't get much there. I do get fish, but not a lot. Whereas that bit there seems to always have a few trout rising. Not at the moment, obviously. Nothing to rise for until the temperature gets up. Which because all the water's coming out of Jumbo Reservoir, which is a large mass of water, until the reservoir starts to warm up. The water in the stream runs quite cold, when other brooks would possibly be a bit warmer. Anyway, let's have a around here. You see, you can't get at the river, can't get at the, keep calling it the river and then the brook, but never mind. Apart from down there, the next little bit this side is not fishable, but the other side is, of course. Well, the snow seems to be wanting to continue. Let's see if we can just get through here. I'm getting, no, just a few specks on the lens, not much. Let's see, it's easily fishable from the other side. Oops, I've got my eyes out there. Some good sized trees. That one, it's a fir tree, that. It's not a fir tree, it's a large tree. And here we have a little brook coming in. It's called Slack Lane Brook. Comes, joins us. Possibly allows some trout to move up it. Let's see if I can get across here. You can see this. This is part of the workings. Over there where the houses are, that used to be Bradshaw Mills. It's where they dyed, bleached and coloured cotton cloth. See, oh, there's something with here. I'm just wondering what it was. Must be some kind of gate or some kind of way, but why at this stage I don't know. But obviously something happened here. Whether it was something to do with this thing here, I don't know. I can't get across, not with these boots on. End up with very wet feet if I tried. Right, back to the path. Look my way around. That's all bramble, that. Oh, what's that? Oh, I thought that was fire, but it's not. It's the snow blowing. Just give that a wipe. There's the bridge over Slack Lane Brook. The funny colour is because of iron. I'm not sure it's iron pyrite, something like that. It causes it to run that colour. Ooh. Not that cold actually. No, I am dressed. Properly. Two pair of trousers, one of them waterproof. What was that? Some bird just go across there, probably a robin. Can't see him now. See, mostly this stretch we fish from the other side. This side too overgrown and more quick. A couple of ducks. 2 males, 1 female. There'll be squabbles there in a month or so. This stretch here just always has fish rising down there. Not always easy to catch though. I have had 1 or 2 on dry. It's the back end here, where that tree reaches over, there's always a fish or 2. Always rising here. Exactly why, I don't understand. It doesn't, not particularly different from anywhere else, but I've also caught fish from the other side, down behind those brambles there. The top does it does just before it starts getting running quicker down there. There's the front. Oh, it's still clear. It's still clear. Yeah, a week or 2 ago the river was running over that island when Jumbo was full and overflowing. Down here this pool is caused by another sewer pipe that goes across. Hopeful against that bank over there was always seemed to get a decent fish or 2. But last year it wasn't as productive as previous years. So hope it's settled down. Right, another obstacle for fish going upstream to breed. Nothing gets up this except when it's in flood, which isn't that often. But never mind, it is what it is. The bank's been worn away here. Well, eventually we'll lose the path, I suppose. Again, the fishing normally done from the other side. Possible to drop a nymph in here, and this is down here by this stretch here is almost always got fish. There has been always fishermen. Sometimes you can catch them and sometimes you can't. What was that? A wren? Little wren just moved down there. Jenny wren. Right. Now the old schoolhouse prevents us following the stream this side. We have to go round and up the steps over there and come back down to the footbridge, the other side of this house. Oh, the snow's easing a bit, thankfully. As it was going a bit ago, I thought we was going to end up with quite a bit of it. Let's turn off now and do a bit more later. Time to turn off. Right, we're past the house. Oh, we're on the other side of the house now. And then the lane towards the footbridge. Here we can either go down the left hand bank, There's a path. Fish quite a lot of the stream from that side down there, but today I'm going to go over the footbridge. Can't fish over this side from here. That stretch we do get in the river and walk up this stretch fishing as we go, well I do anyway, and get down to the stream over there. This pool has usually got fish in it. Rigby cottages. Oh, look at the snow blowing. Just hold the camera down, keep the snow off the face it. Sewer covers, manhole covers. Yeah, I can fish from down there into this pool, as I do quite often. Unfortunately this is a sewer top, and this one pops out readily. If there's any rain, this will pop out and the sewage will go down there into our stream. Does it far too often, but somehow it doesn't seem to bother the trout too much. The pipe from that actually goes across there. I can't see it at the moment, but that's why that ridge is there. This stretch is usually, I think always has fish, and usually you can catch some. Pool behind the tree down there. It's quite deep. In fact, I think that's where the biggest fish the last season was caught there. Not by me, unfortunately. Still, though there's usually fish in all this stretch. Over there, that pipe, I've been trying to find out what it was for. Obviously it's continued. This bank must have been a lot different years ago, and the pipe must have gone up there for some reason, possibly to that house when it was a mill. I don't know. And across the other side there you can see, well perhaps you can't see, there's the pipe joined a goit. And the goit runs down the other side for a while and then stops. So it's obviously at some stage it was filled in. But why it was taking water, the direction of the goit seems to say it was being taken to the next weir, where another bridge, the road bridge, comes over. Usually a trout underneath there, where this bit brings the also brings food down at a Redler pace road. My footprints here when I went up earlier on. Also a good stretch here, the faster moving water usually holds some decent fish. I usually fish the other side, actually in the water, fish for this bank, and then come across, fish this, come across and up here, and then up there to the other pool. We have a little gate which takes us onto the road by the cricket club. That's the Bradshaw Cricket Club scoreboard and the clubhouse, the pitch. That's a tennis club, obviously. Oh, what are you barking at? Hey? Hey? Come on.
Come here, Paddy.
He's alright, you don't worry about him, he's no bother at all.
Come here, Paddy.
Right, you're on camera, Paddy.
You're on camera, Paddy.
I'm just filming the snow in the stream, that's all.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is. It'll be even lovelier in 15 days when the trout season starts and we can start fishing again.
Alright, is that when it starts?
Yeah,
Another 2 weeks.
another 2 weeks.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, that's all well. See ya. Right, there's a measuring, depth measurer. Where is it? Showing below 4. And the reason it's there, this was a Environment Agency measuring station. The reason we've got that long pool is that weir. Not a sewer pipe this time. The sewer pipe is there, as always, and the stream goes on down around there. You can fish from this side, under there fish. I do fish up when I'm dry flying, when I always fish upstream. I usually come up to here and move on up. We have that long ago, that was up near the 8 and 9 level. And the jumbos was full. What I tend to do is get in the river there and work my way up this right hand side, fishing across the river and up. Sometimes to great amount of fish, sometimes not a lot. Now I've got to get through here. Let me take my backpack off, I get caught up. Right. Here we go. I'm going to walk down. Now this weir, stand still camera, stand still. This weir was put in to feed. What is going on with this camera? I'm loose. Tighten it up. There we go. This feeds. Hard to tell how it did it. I'm going to put that down in a minute when I get the sauce. When this weir was built, this bridge wasn't here. So things have changed considerably when the bridge went in. And this pipe went in. The weir fed water into a goit, which you'll see in a moment. Obviously started up there somewhere, but it's now this depression here with the tree in the middle of it. There's the start of a goit. Let's have a look at the river here. Never seem to catch much in that pool at the bottom of the weir there. So I have caught fish all up this side of there's a wall holding it. I have caught fish there coming upstream. Sometimes quite a few, sometimes not so many. There's the goit, which took the water from the weir round there and eventually under the road, which is Bradshaw round there. Not a bit farther round here. Can't walk down the river because of the brambles at the moment. But at the end there, it goes into a pipe and went under the road and feeds some reservoirs at the other side of the road where there was a bleach works. The people in olden days seem to manage to build some quite wonderful things. Now, Those steps, I don't know how they got here. Perhaps they were brought in by one of our members when we were putting the private fishing signs up. Brambles, brambles. Vicious things, brambles. Don't do you? We've got two. Look at that. Can you see them? That's two deer. Two small deer. Look at them. Oh, I've seen them here before. There they go. See the main road there, and a house. That's Bridge House. So how they got in here? They've probably come across the stream. I've seen them across there before, and I've seen one on this. But to actually see two today, that was very pleasing. As always, with every brook, there's things. Oh, it's hardly running. The other day that was banging water out. It's come from up there. Whether it's sewage or just a stream, I don't know. Another pool that for me produces much less than it should do. Just going to have to switch off for a minute. We're back. Oops, just washing my boots. Looking back up to that way. Now fish up here, I usually get across there and fish up on this wall with sometimes quite a lot of fish and sometimes not much. Right. Here's a saying, I'm not totally sure what comes out of that. Then back end usually has fish here for some reason. Right. Used to be a wood yard up there, general merchants. Not long ago. Man, you 20 odd, 25 years ago I suppose. And here we go down. Again this stretch. It holds fish, and a couple of times I've had more than half a dozen fishing up. And yet other times I've caught not a thing. Hard to understand at times. But that's why we fish. If you understood it, you'd probably stop bothering. Now, you can see there's another goit. It seems to come down this way. I don't know what happened to it here. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. It doesn't seem to come from anywhere. Whether it was back in the days when the other goit was built, it doesn't show on any maps. I've seen maps back to 1850 and that's not shown on there, so exactly what it is or was, I don't know. I shall keep trying to find out. That's Bradshaw Bridge. Good pool underneath it. But, like other stretches, some fishing from below the bridge can produce quite a lot of reasonable trout, and then other times nout. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up, over and come down the other side. Right, let's see what I can do. Get up here. Get up here. A bit steep, that, isn't it? A bit steep for an old man. I don't know. Let's have a look. Otherwise I'm going to have to go up. There's a footpath over there. There's the deer again, just coming down. I don't know if you can see him on here. I can see him there. There's two of them trotting through the trees over there. Yeah, can I get up that? Don't think so. I don't think so. It's going to be the path. It's going to be the path. Now, on the old maps, the path is shown coming down here and going to the river. For why? I don't know, because the bridge was there at the same time, the map. So why they want a footpath coming down, I don't know. And this is the other bit of goit I was saying. It seems to point that way. Why? I don't know. More road. And that's the end of that one, but then there's a pipe goes underneath here and comes out the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. See where the deer have been here. That's the spurs. Let's say the path to nowhere is shown on maps, and still, when the fence was renewed here, a gate was put in to allow us to get to that path that doesn't go anywhere. Rather strange, because there's no other way in or out. Well, I say that, apart from that 5-bar gate down there, which is always locked. There was a time the farmer used to put some cattle in there. Right, Bradshaw Brown. St. Maxentius Church. Right, over here was the bleach works, and that was a reservoir, and it was fed, as I say, by that pipe that went underneath the road. And down there is the brook, the sewage pipe. I'm not going to go down there because I won't. After a while, I come to a dead end and I can't keep going. Whereas if I go across the bridge, I can go down and follow the river again, follow the brook again. Sewage pipe. There was before. I can come down, fish under there, fishing under the bridge, or come up to it from where I'm going to go now. This area is called Bolton Arboretum. There are different trees planted in it, and what used to be partly a sewage farm and the rifle range before the last war. And now it's an Arboretum. And there's who uses the stables, I don't know. And that was up for sale a while ago. I don't know who bought it, but there used to be a row of houses there years and years ago, and that was the Royal Oak pub. And there's a list of all the trees in the Arboretum. And the Friends of Longside Park, who look after a lot of the areas around here. This is not really Longside, but they're good people, and they come and tidy up after the bad people. Really. Can't get down to fish here. Have to go down a bit farther. Just coming down. Another sewage outlet. The kids are in down doing some graffiti. Oops. Someone else has been down here today. Well, what was it to do? It's not me. Not me from the other day. Bigger footprints. And again, they used to, when we first moved here, the farmer used to put cattle down there. It's very overgrown now. Nothing's been in there for the best part of 30 years, I don't think. But quite often I'll park where I've just come from, come down here, get where this lower bit is, get in, fish up to the bridge, and then come back out and go down there. Exactly what that was over there. There is a matching bit of brickwork this side. Obviously a pipe came across. On the old maps it shows a sewer pipe, but the other end of that would appear to be the overflow for one of those reservoirs. But then that's an awful lot of work to do just to put an overflow for a reservoir, because not far down there is a stream which it could overflow into just as easily. So possibly it was a sewer pipe. But the other end has disappeared completely. Just have a get down here without falling on the bottom, hopefully. Oops. Right. So you do get some fish there. Not my favourite spot here. It is running a little bit higher than it normally does in the summer, so there's not as many places for the fish to sit. Now this stretch, you either fish up or fish down, staying in the river, because fishing from the bank mostly is not possible, especially when the Japanese knotweed comes up on the other side. You have trouble getting out the river, never mind fishing into it. Yeah, we have some, you say this is the Arboretum. We have some strange trees. Redwood. Not quite giant yet, mind you. They do go up quite a bit. That's the football pitch there. But as I say, over that other side Mostly behind the Royal Oak used to be a sewage farm, and here was a rifle range. Going back to the early 20th century and before. Who used it, I don't know. As I say, that's a little brook coming in there. That is, oh, my brain's just switched off. Riding Gate Brook, that is. Only very tiny at the moment. Doesn't often get very much, but that little brook, I think it was 1937, something like that, actually flooded the old schoolhouse, which is up the top there. And if it had done it an hour earlier, it would have drowned a class of children. Fortunately, school had finished when the flood came down. Right. So, not my favourite bit of our fishing. I do fish it. And again, I think it's a bit featureless really. Could do with some woody debris in with it. But as soon as we get some woody debris in, we chop it up and pull it out. There used to be, just above where the brook comes in, there used to be a tree that was half in the river. And it always attracted fish. It was a nice protected area. Now, not really. Well, there still is trout there. Perhaps I'm a bit clumsy and that's why I don't catch many down here. As you can see, you can't fish, well, you could fish from up here, but I don't think you'd. No, you can't really fish from up here, not fly fishing anyway. That's all we do. And the other bank's the same. It doesn't look too bad at the moment, but there's a lot of Japanese knotweed over that other side. In the summer you struggle to get out the river or into it. So it's a lot easier to get into it just down here. This is where I usually do. Good pool here. All these trees have collapsed, fallen in. Now this is a strange place. Over there, I can't see much of it. There was a weir here and a sluice. And for some reason, the river run through that gap there, as well as down here. It's shown on the old maps as being split here and then joined again down there where the footbridge is. But I can find no reason for it. There's nothing. All the maps I've seen, there's never been a factory on there, or a mill, or anything apart from. And yet, the works that went into making the river run in two channels, because that over there is a wall, and over there is another wall, and the weir seemed to have come across there where that big slab is, with this size of it being here. which would have flooded this whole area, but to get the water up to the level that it went through that gap, mind you, that gap could have been lower, but very strange, very strange. I'm hoping to get some more information soon and find out why it was the way it was built. You see there's some bits there, some the wall over there. So why would they want to put a stream through two channels? I don't know. Again, you can either go across there and fish downstream on the other side, or as I do, go down to the footbridge and fish back up upstream, dry fly. We run against this bank. There's a few fish rising on a good day. Yeah. So the river, part of it used to run over there through. You still see roughly where it would have run. It's still wet. There's still something of a channel, but just had a twister over there then. As I say, that's the football pitch. I can only think the rifle range used to come across here. Perhaps that rock face was the butts. Stopped the rounds going on and on and on. As you see, because well, you may not be able to, but it's wet over there, very wet over the other side there, where the other channel used to run. And for some reason, another reason I don't understand is that there's a fence put in there, and somebody put signs up saying keep out and closed circuit television. I can only think it's the people who live in them houses up the top there. But that piece of land, which is very boggy now, I can't see any reason why there would have been a weir up there. Now, we're going to have to, this used to have a really nice deep pool here, but the floods of 2 years ago filled it in. But we still have this one, which is not too bad. Not too bad. And river again, I usually get in quite a bit farther down and fish up this stretch, which usually has a few fish along there. And of course, just down there, another sewage pipe. Or the same sewage pipe, it actually just continues from up, following the stream. Right, what to do? What to do? Sometimes it is possible to walk along those rocks on the other side, but with it being icy and snowy, I'm tempted not to do it today. You see by the sign, it's still our fishing. It is for quite a little bit farther down, which you can get. Normally to get to it, I come down this way and wade across, and then follow that pipe follows the stream down and then disappears into the hillside. Up there we have the pumping station, sewage. And again, at the moment we're not getting anything out of here. But on bad days, we get sewage coming out of there. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. A big pool down there, which I don't get anything out of. I don't know why, but I don't. Well, that sewage pipe just goes down the left hand side of the stream, and our private fishing carries on down there for a bit and then finishes.